good evening, good evening, good evening, everyone. It's been a minute, but we're back for a while, vacation and taking time off and everything. But welcome to Real Talk Conversations, where we create a platform to come and commune together, not divide each other. We have a very special guest today. She's been here before, um, and we're gonna talk about some real serious stuff. But everybody, y'all know who she is. You don't seen her one time before when I had her on here. The very lovely evangelist Tangela Diggs Lindsay. I didn't want to mess it up, so
I know you're used to digs. I'm used to it too. As I tell people at church all the time, it's gonna take
yeah,
some getting used to for everyone.
yeah. I had to catch myself right there for a minute. I didn't want
Yeah.
to cut your last name off, so you don't got married and everything.
Yes. But I certainly thank you for inviting me to the platform and even for, the post. It was the post that got this, birthed this right here that we are
Yes,
about to enter into. And there is nothing like having open, honest conversations. And, as I told the church a couple of Sundays ago, let's talk about it. That's all. It's okay not to be okay, but let's just talk about it. And so I thank you and your son for inviting me on.
yes. And my son, he had a topic like that one time
Yeah.
about that. It's okay not to be okay. He had to talk
Oh
about that.
wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Good.
Yeah, and
Good.
and it was because what sparked the whole conversation, even on Facebook. I was sitting there, I was driving to work one morning. I was thinking about my siblings and stuff like that, and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna post this today, and that's what
Hmm.
sparked that whole post. And then when you comment, talk about it, I said, oh, we can do that. Then we just make this into a
Right.
topic. Make this
Right.
into a
Right.
topic. And for everybody out there, this is no bash against no one. We just here to talk, and that's the problem right there. We don't want to
Right.
talk.
Oh, mm-mm, mm-mm. We don't.
Oh,
We don't. We no. But we need to, and we have to. You know.
yes.
Yes, we just absolutely have to.
And the thing about that is that, especially, and not calling nobody else race or nothing like that. I'm talking about our own race right now.
Right.
We don't want to talk about some stuff that's been going on from way back in the generations of time
Hmm. That's exactly right.
and
You're exactly
everything.
right.
Yeah.
And we, as you said, we are notorious for refusing to tell children the truth when it comes to their parents, who their parents really are. And I've been in a situation where, and not me personally, but directly, indirectly, where a nephew was dating an aunt simply because people
Ooh.
wouldn't tell the truth. And so that forced hands. You understand? And
Mm-hmm.
so we've got to, it is what it is. We've got to tell the truth. Mama may have done this, daddy may have done that, but at the end of the day, we're siblings and we've got to love each other. And
We got to.
we got to. My senior first lady, she's 90 something years old, but she says all the time, you better love me. If not, you better not die. And that's the bottom line. And my platform has always been about love. Love wins, love always wins, love will continue to win.
Mhm.
Love won, because at the end of the day, that's what we are charged with. And so anyway, I'll stop talking so we can get to
no,
yeah.
no, because that's gonna lead all the way up into what we're gonna be talking about, and that's so true. You know,
Mhm.
one thing that's so sad to me is that a lot of times we don't find this truth out until the parent die.
Right,
You can have
right.
the parent can be the father, wife can be married, but he got a whole nother generation on the other side in the same town, sometimes just on the other side of town.
Yes. And that was the case with my great great grandfather. My grandmother, I come from on my mother's side, the Cosins. And
Mhm.
my grandmother will always tell us all Cosins are related. But that just kind of went over my head. I didn't understand that. But when my cousin Brenda Cosin Richardson started the family reunion with all of the Cosins, I understood because grandpa had a family of 10 in Harlem Heights, and he also had a family in 10 on Mockingbird Hill.
Ooh.
So truly, cousins were all related. That goes right back to your point that you were just saying. And so we have to have those conversations. But I can remember my grandmother distinctly telling us, me and my cousins and everyone, don't you date a cousin, but without really going into details about grandpa and his past or whatever. But, that came out later.
Oh yeah. Ooh, Lord have mercy. Boy, I tell you, back in them days right there,
Yes, yes, yes,
it was some
yes.
when Temptation made that song, Papa was a Rolling Stone.
Oh yeah,
They
definitely.
didn't that song did not lie. That
Mm-mm. It
was a
was
true,
prophetic.
yes, that was a true
Yes,
song right there for real. And
yes,
and boy,
yes.
I tell you, it's crazy. It's crazy. It is crazy. But let's go on and kick this thing off. Let's go on and kick this thing off.
Okay.
In your journey, in your life, as well as mine, because I understand it too, because I have outside siblings. When did you
Yes.
find out?
Now here's a strange thing that my husband asked me this morning when we were on our way to church. He said, "But Natan, are you really an outside child?" He said, "You're the oldest, so everybody else came after you. And technically, my father was not married to my mother, but he married my sister's mother, Michelle, which was our classmate. So Michelle and Carl
Mm-hmm.
and I all graduated high school together." And so I was like, well, I really didn't think about it like that. I just know that it's a lot of us because my mother had 3 children, but my father had lots of children. And I embrace all of my siblings. Now, the younger ones I'm not as close to and I don't know, but we have a family group text where we're constantly texting, encouraging, and empowering each other. But I just don't understand how children will not embrace their siblings. And I say that because my mother still welcomed my siblings to her home. As a matter of fact, as I was sharing with you when you and I were conversing back and forth, my brother Keith, people just assume if they don't know we had different mothers, they just assume my mother was his mother because we were
Mm-hmm.
always together. And when my mother wrote her obituary, she included Keith and my sister Stacy because they were there at the house all the time. And I'm gonna shout out my sister Stacy. She retired from Durham City Schools on Friday with 30 years public
Woo.
education. So, go, Dr. Stewart.
Go
And
ahead
but
on,
these
Stacy.
are my father's children, not my mother's children, but she embraced them all. And so I love her for that. I love the fact that I will never feel alone because I have so many siblings. And I've even helped one of my other friends. When I first met her, she actually was the baby. And her father had other children, and she was like, "Those are not my siblings." But I'm here to testify on today that she has a relationship with her siblings because of the encouragement and me telling her, because she was the only child, you don't have to go through this life alone. You have
Mm-mm.
siblings, and but a lot of times children take on their parents' responsibility isn't the correct word, but they take on the burdens of the parents. When in actuality, let's just be children. I mean, although we're adults now, but a lot of that has to be because mama said this or daddy said this, then they're not my sibling. Well, if DNA says they're your sibling, they're your sibling. And a
Yeah.
lot of times people know, but yet neglect to do the right thing and come together and reason. Let us come together and reason. Let us come together and talk about it. Why is it we can't bond? Why is it we can't be as one? Because we're already related. You understand?
Yeah. And it's,
Mhm.
as we venture on through this and everybody that's just tuning in, welcome to Real Talk Conversations. We have the lovely evangelist Tangela Diggs Lindsay with us today, and we're talking about outside siblings. Why are you mad at them? you know, the way I found out with mine before my sister with my mama passed away is that one day she called me at work and she said, Pete, she said, your daddy passed away. Because we didn't have the same daddy. My brother that passed away and my sister that just passed away a couple years ago, they had the same daddy. They daddy died, and I came along.
Okay.
And I said, really? She said, yeah. I said, when's the funeral? She said it was the same day with the day she called me. Because I was gonna go and I was just gonna shock everybody. And and she said, well, how you feel about that? I said, well, really, I ain't spend no time with him. So I'm not mad at him. I said, if I would have got a chance to even meet him, I'd have said, look here, Dad. That's in the past. Whatever happened, happened. Only thing we can do is move forward. You know, you got 3 grandchildren, you got two granddaughters and a grandson. We can just go from there. Forget about what the past. You want to talk about, we'll talk about it then. But let's catch up on some other stuff. And so that's when I found out about my other sisters and brothers. Because one of my sister friends worked at Nelson Funeral Home, and she got an obituary for me. And I started looking, and I'm like, wait a minute. And they don't even know nothing about me.
Wow.
So I started going through Facebook, and I connected with one of them. And we've been chit-chatting back and forth. I met 4 of the girls.
Okay.
I met 4 of the girls. I ain't met none of the boys yet.
Okay.
So it's a lot of us. I just hadn't met them yet. But all of them, except for a couple of the girls I met, we're all tall. We all played basketball. My daddy, he was tall, played basketball. We all did that.
Wow.
And my friend Scotty, when he was staying in Wingate, he said he called me one day. He said, Pete, man, he's just a dude of him look just like you. That's your brother. I said, man, honestly, I don't know. I said, it could be. He said, the only difference between you and him at that time, he had glasses on, but now you say I got glasses on. He had glasses on. He said, but y'all look just alike. I said, that could be. And come to find out, it's my brother.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
And so we've been communicating and talking. And so, like I said, we supposed to get together so I can meet the rest of them. But I always had this feeling. I had other sisters and brothers. Deep down, I always felt that. That's why I never tried to date nobody out of Rockingham. But that's where he was from. Okay. Because I just felt deep down that I got some sisters and brothers over here. And I met one of them and didn't know who she was at that time. And we was talking. You know, I was young then, and we was talking. And I almost cracked on her. But some kept, you know how you get that deep feeling, don't you say nothing? And I didn't say nothing.
That gut feeling.
Yeah, that gut feeling. And I didn't say nothing. I just talked to her and said, okay. And years later, I'm like, I met you years ago.
Wow. Wow.
And that happened.
So how long has it been since your father passed, Carl?
Now it's probably about 6-7 years ago.
Okay. So it's been some time and you're mending. See, with us, I guess because I have pictures of being with my father and my siblings, and of course there are some siblings who aren't on there, as early as me being a young teenager, probably younger. So I've always known my siblings. Now some have come along later, you know. The truth wasn't the truth or wasn't shared initially. But when you look at all of us together, you're like, oh man, all y'all look alike. And so it's just one of those things. I'm reading what Taylor Brown said. That's why I've been scared to take this. Oh yeah. She said she don't want to find out how many he accidentally dated. But yeah, that's real talk, because as I was sharing earlier, Taylor, one of my nephews, was actually dating his aunt, and that's what really caused one of my siblings to come forth, or had caused her parents to tell the truth because of that.
Yeah. You know, we see the story. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh yeah, I was just saying it's real. What going back to her point.
Yeah. And we see stories like this, they be like, oh, we see it on like Jerry Springer and stuff like that. The son dating the daughter, or I mean the sister, or the father dating the daughter, and they be like, oh man, that's just
Mhm.
TV. No, that stuff is for real though.
No,
I
that's
Googled
Anson
some
County
stories like that.
and several
Yeah.
times. Yes, yes, yes,
I
absolutely.
have Googled some stories like that. The father married the daughter. The mother never told the father that was his daughter. They end up marrying each other and had a child.
Oh my, oh my, oh my.
And all these family secrets, it's time out for them family secrets. If
Right,
family, if y'all got secrets, you need to start talking.
right.
Quit
It's
saying,
time to
I'm
shake
gonna
the
take this to the
rugs.
grave. Yeah,
Hmm.
I'm gonna
Hmm.
take this to the grave with me. No, or you be on your deathbed. Now you want to confess everything. Why you didn't confess that 20 years ago?
Right.
Exactly. Because lives could be destroyed and ruined as a result of that. That was certain things were a taboo, and we know in our culture how we would just sweep it under the rug, and what
Yeah,
happened in the
Yeah.
house stayed in the house. But now it's time for us to shake the rug. It's time for us to break our silence and come forward and tell the truth, so people can be free, so people can be liberated and move forward and do things the right way.
that's right. That's right. Even when I started having children, my daughters, before Brandon came along, my daughters, I made sure they met each other. I had them both at
Mhm.
the same time. I made sure that even when he came along, I made sure he knew you got two sisters. You have
Right.
two sisters. And the thing
Mhm.
a lot of people don't like to, especially men, don't like to admit is that look, yeah, I got other kids. Admit
Mhm.
that.
Right.
And you want to break this curse, these generation curse from your parents or your father. Won't you start admitting what's wrong then? Yeah, I
Right.
messed up. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
And one of the reasons why, because people used to ask me all the time, why you never name your son Junior? Because that's your only son. I said, because I ain't want him to pick up the characteristics that I had back in the day.
Mm. Oh wow, that's deep. Mhm. Mhm.
And it's because sometimes you look at some of these juniors are just like their daddies from back in the day.
Right.
And I
Right.
ain't trying to be funny. I'm just being for
That's
real.
real.
I'm
Yeah.
just being for
Dealing
real.
with the
So,
same demons and everything that the father dealt with. Yeah, we see it all the time. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
and
Mhm.
I didn't want that to happen with him. Even though I know he carried some of that stuff from me, but I didn't want him to carry all that stuff from me. Because even though like the Temptation song, like we were talking earlier, Papa was a Rolling Stone. A lot of guys or children won't admit that. Yeah, yeah, he was running around, and I've seen myself doing the same thing. And I have said this plenty of times, even on here on the platform, and even when I talk to people. My daughters are back to back. My daughters were
Mhm.
born 89, 90. So I was messing
Mhm.
with both of them at the same time. See, a lot of men won't,
Mhm.
won't admit that truth. That's true. And
Right.
they asked, and I told them, yeah.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I seen that going that route, and I was like, I cannot be like him. So I had to change a
Right.
lot of this stuff about me. Not being mad at
Mhm.
him, I got to change it with me.
Mhm. That's good. That's good. I want something you said triggered my mind back to Brandon's workshop before when he was talking about it's okay not to be okay. With May being mental health awareness, that's when I did a seminar at the church and I talked about how it's okay not to be okay and let's talk about it. But one of the things I kept stressing to the children, especially these young children, is that it didn't begin with you. If you look in your DNA, go back 4 generations, it's there. If mama didn't deal with it, grandmama dealt with it. If grandmama didn't
Hmm.
deal with it, great grandmama dealt with it. If she didn't deal with it, then her mama. And the same thing for the father. So it's there. So I get what you're saying, Carl. Those things are past. Those are things that's in the generation. But of course, we know that we can break generational curses. And it's just good to hear a man say that, and come that clean and become that transparent for, this platform.
Yeah. It's open. I don't sugarcoat nothing. I always say to my children, if y'all want to know anything about me, you ain't gotta ask nobody, you can ask me.
That's
Come
good.
talk to me.
That's
And
good.
I have always left the door open for that, to even come talk to me like that, because what
Mhm.
I got to hide about my life anyway. And
Right.
then they find out some stuff later on in life. But my daddy didn't never tell me that. You know,
Mhm.
I'm like, nah, come on now, y'all. Let's be real.
Right.
And I was chit chatting earlier with a friend of mine, and we was talking about men. And I
Mhm.
know a lot of people would say, well, that can go both ways. The man can cheat, the woman can cheat too. But when you look at the statistics about a lot of stuff, a lot of times the man have outside children faster than that woman do,
All right. Mhm.
because that man don't have to look at that child every day, but that woman have a child on the outside. That child is in the house with that man.
Mhm. Mhm.
And some men can't take that if that woman did it. But I always say, if you can't take it, don't do it.
Right. Right. Mhm. That's good. That's good. And that, sometimes leads to domestic violence. That sometimes lead to the man, especially if the woman has cheated and had the child. No, I'm not going to raise another man's child. But the women are always, not always, but most of the time, so ready to help raise somebody else's child, simply because we are nurturers by nature. You know, and that's what we do. We love children, or should love children anyway. Mhm.
Yeah. So after you find out this stuff, how did you feel after that?
Um, I guess because I've always been a little different. I've always tried to walk to the beat of my own drum. I Everybody always came to our house, my mom's house. My mom was a cook, and that's one thing I didn't learn how to do. But I learned how to wash dishes, and I learned how to clean, as she
Mm-hmm.
went. But people came and fellowship at our house, and so, and when I'm saying people, I'm talking about my siblings. So therefore, it was no big deal for Keith to be there, Stacy to be there, or any of them, because the door was always open, and I never saw or felt like I couldn't have relationships with my siblings. So when I hear someone talking and going that route, I was like, "Are you serious? Do you know what you're missing?" Because as I stated before, there is Keith was born in 70 and I was born in 69. Now you were talking about your children were back to back. Now Michelle and I both were born in 69. And we have another sister, Carolyn, which I've met in the last couple years. She also was born in 69. So it was three of us in
Wow.
61. And then Keith came along in 70. So I was always around them. Now I'm learning and building a relationship with Carolyn because there was just a lot of things going on with that particular situation. And but I just thank God that she and I have an open relationship, that I can text her and she can text me or whatever. But um as our my siblings grow, and me being who I am, I'm the one that try to put out fires. I'm the one that tries to build the gap. I mean, bridge the gap. Try to bring everyone together, because it's, as I said before, it's all about love, and we cannot have division. There was a point in time where I did resent my father for a little while, but that didn't last long. And it wasn't so much of him having all these children, it was just the fact of I just went through what I call a rebellious streak, but I thank God that I was healed of that and went on. Um, but yeah, it comes with some various emotions, when you sit and you think about it, and then you internalize these things and say, well, you know what, I don't want to be like this. This is not what I want for me, you know
Yeah.
um but at the end of the day, like for example, at my wedding, he made the most profound statement. If it weren't for me, it wouldn't be no wedding. And so with that, that's the way I take it. If it weren't for my dad, it wouldn't be no me.
That's true. That is true. That is
Mhm.
so true. What's she saying? Oh, because we were sitting like this. I didn't realize it was sitting like this. That's what she's talking about. That's kid. She part of the smooth family. But you know
That's
what? We thank God for that, because a lot of times, even with siblings, and they know they are siblings. Oh, that was Stacy right there. And
mm-hmm.
they know they are
Dr.
siblings.
Stewart retired.
And they be mad at each other. And I'm sitting here like, that's your
Mm-hmm.
sibling. Why you mad at them when they didn't even ask to be here? Why you not mad at your dad or your mom if that's the case? Why not be mad at them?
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
outside child didn't ask to be here,
Right.
but you're mad at them.
Exactly.
You can't be mad at him or her, or in some cases them. You cannot be mad at them.
Mm-hmm.
You want to point where the whole thing started? Talk to your mom and
Mm-hmm.
daddy,
Right.
especially the daddy.
Right.
And that's the
Absolutely.
daddy why he never told us the truth that we got other sisters and brothers.
Mm-hmm.
So why be mad?
Right.
Even when my sister passed, my sister came and supported me.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when we was talking, when she came over to the funeral home, we was talking, and she said the other sister was my sister friend.
Mm-hmm.
They used to work together at one time. I'm like, boy,
Wow.
a small world. A
Mm-hmm.
small world.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But that's when a lot of times we find out a whole lot of truth is when death strikes.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Right. And we be left back to handle the pieces and try to put it all together and make it make sense. Yes, but as we said before, now is the time for families to break the silence, tell the truth, and let's talk about it, deal with it, so that we can grow. Because at the end of the day, sibling relationships are so important. I think about, and I know I keep saying Stacy and Keith because I was always around the two of them. But my sister Michelle and I are close as well. 3 times over, we're in the same sorority. We are sisters in Christ, as well as blood sisters. But I say that again because with them, my mother thought so much about the two of them that when she passed, she made sure that they were part of her obituary. And so and she helped us to bond as well. And a lot of times, as I said before, it was over food, because her house was the house that they know they could come to get a good meal, and we could fellowship, and we could have a great time. And so, but your siblings will love you through the worst part of your life. You understand? They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna
Yeah.
love you unconditionally. And my heart goes out for um children who are the only child. They don't have anyone to embrace them. They don't have anyone to encourage and empower them like siblings do. I can pick up my phone now and call my sister Stacy and say whatever, and it would be no judgment. She's still gonna love me. I can show her my wounds, and she's still gonna love me. And that's what I think people are missing when they try to close the door on relationships. We're talking about acceptance. We have people doing all this craziness and sometimes what I consider to be foolishness on Facebook for likes and loves, when in reality you can get that right there in your home or in your community or in your relationships with your siblings, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
That's just how much I believe in the sibling. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at any of my siblings. I love them with everything in me. and will always do, and will continue to be an advocate for those who need to learn how to bond, or who haven't had the conversations, and who need someone to be a listening ear. I'm for it. I take on the assignment. I take on the challenge, because life is too short now, and we need to continue to do the right thing and love each other.
Yes, we do,
Yeah.
because life is too short. Every time you open up the book, open up the newspaper, or look at the news, somebody's dying, and y'all run around here being mad at each other and don't even
Right,
it
right.
was never your fault. Because
Mhm,
once I found out and I read the obituary, I was actually like, man, I got other sisters and brothers. That's how I was.
mhm,
I'm like, wow, I
mhm.
got to meet them. That's how I was.
Mhm.
And I look at it as, I'm not finna sit here and be mad at them.
Right,
They didn't ask to be here. I'm not
right,
going. I hope they don't sit here and be mad at me because they didn't. I didn't ask to be here. They didn't
right.
ask to be here. I didn't ask to be here. I just want to find out who the oldest.
Mhm. That's hilarious. And I say that because when my sister Carolyn reached out to me, um, because she knew my younger sister by my mother, Carlisha. And so she was like, well, I want you to know I was watching your wedding pictures, and I see you, well, she didn't know Stacy's name, and Keith, and some of the rest of them. And she said, I'm your oldest sister. And I was like, what? I was like, how old are you? And at that time, she said 54. I was like, well, I'm 54. And I said, we have another sister that's 54. And I am the oldest. I was born in March. Michelle is October. And I wanted to say she was November, if
Mhm.
I'm not mistaken. And her, but I know that she was thinking all this time, for all these years, because she's been estranged from the rest of us, that she was the oldest. And I was like, no, March 1969. That's me, And so, yeah. So the family just keeps growing, and I'm let them come. That's all I can say. I'm
Yeah,
not going to be mad at anyone. Mm-mm.
and that's so wonderful because they don't know what they missing out on.
Right, right,
You sitting over there, you mad. I got this other sister. I ain't gonna claim her my sister. You ain't gotta claim your sister.
right.
You ain't gotta claim that's your brother. But the
Hmm.
Lord know what it is. You can
Exactly.
go around here mad and all that kind of stuff. So what? That's on you. The thing about it, what a lot of people don't really realize is that you so mad, the other person is happy. You the one that's
Hmm.
spending all that energy being mad while the other person is happy. You're
Right,
not hurting the other person. You're not hurting your sibling. You
right,
run around here all stressed out. I got this other sister. And I don't care nothing about it, but that's my sister. Well, don't even say nothing then.
right. Hmm.
But then when
But you
something
better
go
love.
down and you need prayer,
Oh
hey,
yeah.
I know I ain't been in contact with you, but could you pray for me?
Hmm.
Okay, there ain't no
Hmm.
problem. Because I don't have no problem with you.
Right. That's right. That's
Just
exactly right.
you want to do that, then if daddy was still living, let's go talk to daddy. Let's go talk to mama then. Let's find
Hmm.
out.
Hmm. And one of the things I did, of course, I have a couple siblings that's not on the PowerPoint, but years ago for my Father's Day present, I made a video, a PowerPoint slide of all the children.
Hmm.
And that's one of the things that my younger brother, who lived in the house with him, always would say, Dad, I take that out, and he will watch that. He liked it. And, he was always good about encouraging us to reach out to Dad. He said, Dad loves y'all. Dad talks about you all. And so, we just have to find ways of mending. I saw where Sister Yvonne Moore wrote that she just found out about siblings at the right age of 50. I
There it
understand.
is.
Yes,
Yeah,
there
Yeah,
it
that's
is.
it right
there,
there.
yeah.
Yes, yes. And so can I ask you a question, Sister Yvonne? How did you handle that? Have you built a relationship with them?
That'd be good if she did, but
Yeah.
some cases they don't.
All right, right.
But it would be real good. Oh, she said yes.
Yeah, she said,
Oh,
yeah.
yes, yes. I love it. I love it. It's a whole nother world. You always will have someone that you can talk to as many siblings as I have. Now, I don't know, Carl and I may be up there together with about 14, 15, but I have a lot. And so I thank God for each and every one of them. Oh, yes, she said we do have a relationship and love each other. Absolutely. Absolutely. Um, yeah, and that's what we have to do. We have to
Yeah.
build that relationship and learn how to encourage and empower each other and even inspire. My siblings inspire me in different areas of my life. And so yeah, it's so much to you can do with your siblings. And I saw Crystal Haley on
Mm-hmm.
here earlier. And sometimes we can adopt others in, you
Oh
know.
yeah.
And that works as well. And I say that because Crystal's sister Kim was like a sister to me as well. And so when we're talking about just building relationships, it's all about being the friend you want to be, someone to be to you. Extend
Mm-hmm.
that love. Oh yeah, yeah, that happens. Hmm.
Yes.
That happens. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
that happens.
And we do adopt others because, like you're saying about her sister Kim, every time you see Kim, but we used to clown all the time. Carl, the movie coming on because she used to like the movie Negotiated with Samuel Jackson and stuff. She said, Carl, I'm watching. She hit
Oh,
me up sometime. Carl, I'm watching Negotiate. I said, what channel? Then I'll be like, what channel is on? And I would go turn it on, and when the commercial come on, something like that, she'd hit me up. You see what just happened? We were just going back and forth in the text and stuff. But yeah, we do adopt. We do adopt because I have myself. I talk junk to him too. I was like, boy, we just like sisters, we like brothers. But I bush you side your head, you cross me though. I just tell you that,
right.
oh man. We be just talking junk. It's all in love and fun though. It's
Yes.
all in love
Did
and
you?
fun.
We'll come back to Miss Brown's response, but did you see what my sister Stacy wrote? Can you pull it back up?
Call Tangy side hustle locating sibling at one point. I was sick of her.
I was, because I was just trying to find them out. I was look, listen. We can't help how we got here. That was my whole thing. But we're gonna love each other and we're gonna come together. Let
Stacey,
us
that's
come together.
that's the new 23 and me. She gonna find them for you.
Yes, yes, and that's what I was doing. I was determined I was gonna find my sister Carolyn, and we were gonna connect some kind of way, and a few others. But yeah, yeah, hmm
And what Taylor said, she said, my grandfather just passed, and I found out I have an aunt that's 10. You
wow,
never know who could be family. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have seen uncle and a nephew, and the nephew was older than the uncle.
yes, hmm
It's boys, it's some stuff out there, boy. But that's why it's so important to talk, and
right,
so important to pull the covers back on all this stuff that has been covered up.
right, right, right.
When are we, and I always have this conversation with people, and I know they don't like to talk about it, but just like with a lot of the killings and stuff like that, everybody want to talk when police kill us or white person kill us, and I always ask this question: when we gonna sit down and talk about us then?
Hmm.
hmm hmm
And nobody want it always get quiet. I said, so when you want to talk about us killing us, I said, then I talk. Until then, I don't even really want to talk about that.
Right, right.
I said, I ain't trying to be funny, but we always talk about when somebody else kill us, but we don't want to talk about when we kill each other. And I
hmm
listen to Farrakhan sometimes. I don't agree with a lot of stuff he say, but when he really on it, I listen to him because when he was talking about, we down here going marching and protest and all this stuff when police shoot us or kill us or white person kill us and shoot us. He said, but every week and every weekend we sending us to the morgue and ain't nobody saying nothing.
Right, right. Absolutely, I agree. I agree. hmm
So it's important that we find out about the family. You find out about the family, you'll find out where a lot of your laughter and cutting up come from, because you find it and go deep into some stuff. Now, like my granddaddy, ooh, Lord Jesus, that's a whole nother story right there.
hmm
Tangent 21 kids.
yes.
And I don't even know, my mama is 91.
Wow.
And I asked my mama, I said, who the oldest?
hmm
She was like, I don't know. And out of
Wow.
21, I think 8 is still living.
Oh, wow. Wow. Wow.
And that's
That's a
something.
blessing, though.
Yeah.
That's a blessing. Mhm. And Sister Yvonne, I agree. Leave other folks' opinion to themselves, as they cannot live our lives for us. Accept and love while you can. That's it. That's my whole platform, is loving on people. Yes.
Oh, she said, "Oh, well, welcome,
Okay.
welcome, Harvest Green. Welcome.
Yes.
This your first time? Welcome,
Yes.
and we
Amen.
welcome everybody. We welcome everybody that just joined in today. We welcome
Right.
each and
And you all
everybody.
can send something in the chat, something you would like for us to talk about. But we've kind of shared our stories. As I said, there are lots of us, and if there are more, I'll find them. I will find them.
You
Yeah, I
know
know
what?
Stacey gonna
I
love it.
Stacey, I need to send Tangela some of this stuff so she can find some more for me. Then
Yes.
you the new
Yeah.
DNA chaser right there,
Yes.
Carl. I found this one right here, Carl. Okay.
Yeah, that's it. Because as
I
you
got,
said, why show up at a funeral and learn about all these things? Because I did have an uncle, or we had an uncle. Stacey and I had an uncle that when he passed, at his funeral, there were different sets of families came. They didn't know about each other, but he was a truck driver, and she told me Inspector Tangi, and that's what happened, But I thank God that they have blended the families and they get along and everything. Mhm.
hmm And you don't even hear too much about, because I seen when you had y'all family reunion. I seen some of the pictures stuff on Facebook, but you don't hear
Mhm.
that too much about family reunion. The biggest
Mhm.
family reunion now is a funeral.
Right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And we come together for funerals. We may not come together for anything else, but we'll show up at a funeral. And on my father's side, especially, there were so many of our young cousins dying, because now my grandmother, I think she had maybe 9 or 10 children, and all of them have multiplied. And so a lot of the younger ones, and I'm talking about younger than me, younger than Stacy, were dying. And I don't know if it was Stacy's idea, but she spearheaded that family reunion that you're talking about, that was on Facebook last year. And it was just so great to come together to see so many of our family members. And when we were trying to do pictures by each sibling, sometimes we couldn't fit them all in a frame. We don't die, we multiply. And so yes, I get it. I understand. Mhm.
And that is so wonderful. That's so, you know, even thinking back on the family reunions and stuff, boy, how much fun we used to have with that. People laughing and enjoying. Then you always got that one uncle that's gonna tell some type of story that ain't true,
Mhm.
but you just love
Mhm.
listening to the story because he make it sound so real.
Right, right. That's right.
But now you go to a funeral. I have went to a funeral one time. I actually got up and left. Fight broke out.
Um, mhm.
A fight. I said, you know what? I'm not finna stay here because I don't know if somebody these days, people shoot now. I don't know if some shooting gonna start or whatever. I'm finna get up out of here. Me and my cousin, we left because we knew the person. We got up out of there, and it's sad, but
Mhm.
that's what happens with a lot of stuff like that.
Right.
But on your journey, trying to plug this computer, I forgot to plug it up.
Okay. Do you see the
But
question that's up there, Carl? Do you see
how
the
do you
question?
respond? How do you respond to folks who want to be nosy by asking them when, how? Oh, I didn't know. Just being just busybodies.
Mhm. And that
Me.
happens. And with me, because all of us had different last names. And so when you have, like, oh, yeah, that's my sister. Oh, but she's a Stewart. That's my brother, but he's a McClendon. That's my sister. She's a Tillman. Okay, we're still siblings.
Thank you.
That's it. That's it.
Thank
You
you.
know, the mechanism for making children haven't changed. That's the bottom line.
Mm-mm.
And that's how I handle it. Yeah, that's
But
myself.
I handle it the same way. And
Yeah.
then I would say at the end, okay, what it mean? What now?
Hmm.
Okay, we got different last names, so what? Most of when my
Right.
mother passed, I went to her funeral and we were sitting in the family car. It was two girls in the car and we started talking. Found out one was my sister and the other was my aunt. And I was older than my aunt. It blew my mind. You
Wow.
find a lot of that kind of stuff out.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
And it's sad that it happens at times like that. Rosita said, Tangy, remember me or my mother when it comes to knowing the family. It's very, very important. I think we found out we are related because my dad's father last name is William, but he was raised by his grandparents who are Tillmans. Tangy has a
Mhm.
gift and it's filled with love.
Mhm.
She got a
Yeah.
gift.
Yeah.
And when we get off from here, I'm gonna send all my information over to you, Tangy.
No, but we have to come together, brother Carl. You know, it's life, and if we look at the number of people who are going through, who are depressed, who have anxiety, and we think about those who are suicidal and those who actually go through with committing suicide. You know, at the end of the day, they didn't have somebody to love them, somebody who they could talk to. And so my whole platform again is love, and to also to just reach out to people, because some people just wear things well. You know, everybody on this line is going through something, but we may not wear it on our outer appearance. And so we need that somebody who's going to encourage us and empower us and equip us and inspire us to, you know, hang on a little while longer. Tomorrow is coming, you know.
Yes, it is.
Hmm.
And another thing about that, since you said that, and it's very important to find out about that because a lot of times when you dig deep into the family, you find out that you got other siblings. Now you find out where some of this mental health come from.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It didn't start with you, as I said before. Going back to Brandon's podcast, it didn't start with you. It's in that DNA. You can track it back at least 4 generations. You're gonna find whatever it is you're dealing with. Yeah. Um.
See, I find out that putting perhaps two people together doing the planning work for us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Good.
Thanks everyone for joining. She come in, but she bring the crowd when she come in.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
that
does.
is good. That is good. That is good.
But
Yeah.
like we having this discussion today, a lot of times what a lot of people don't understand is that we're not trying to bash no one or talk about even our own families. We're just expressing how we may feel and our opinions and what we do. We're not judging anyone, not even our own family. But discussions like this need to take place because they are very important in life, especially
Mhm.
going forward. And one thing about it, we need to find out about our siblings and our family is that so that, like I said earlier, so they won't end up together.
Right.
That's why family
Procreating.
reunions be
Yes.
so important.
Yes. Absolutely. Mhm.
So you won't be dating your own sister.
That's it. That's the real talk. That's the real talk right there, Carl. You know, people need to know. You need to know the truth. Go ahead, mom. Go ahead, dad, and admit that you made a mistake. But make sure these children know who their biological parents are. Don't
Yeah.
have them in that situation. Absolutely.
Ron said we're a small community. It just seems like no one is interested.
Hmm. And
And
you
even
work
in that,
with,
you just keep going.
yeah, work with those who want to be a part, and don't worry about anyone else. Mhm.
That's it right there. Don't even worry about the other folks. Don't even worry about stuff like that. I was
Right,
sharing with the Sunday school class this morning. Even when you walk with Christ, you gotta have tough skin.
right.
Don't worry about what people say. Let them people
Mhm.
talk. They can do what they want to. You find out what you need to find out and forget about the other folks.
That's right.
Discussions are very important and needed. I'm glad I found my cousin Tan.
Yeah, that's
Carolyn
my
funny.
cousin Carolyn, y'all. She
Oh
has
yeah, she
been
funny.
encouraging and inspiring me in the group chat. I mean, in Messenger for a while, especially after my mama died, because instead of really dealing with my mother's death, I just got busy. I was always taking appointments, always here, always there, everywhere. And she was like, "Girl, basically, you better sit down somewhere." I mean, sounding just like my mama. She was like, "You need to rest. You need to stop going so much," basically. And so I was talking to my father about her, and he was like, "Well, you know, that's your cousin." So that's how we discovered each other. I didn't
Yeah.
know we were kin, but I thank God for my cousin Carol.
Yeah, she's funny. And
Yes.
like what was that? Run the head up. She was like she was getting discouraged. Don't get discouraged because of that. Don't fall into that. That's a trick of the enemy.
Yeah.
And Yvonne said, my brother Horace and I chat daily on Messenger. Love his children, Dion and
Shanice.
Shanice.
Oh,
Right
yes.
on.
That's awesome. That's
Shanice,
awesome.
can you sing? Like the singer Shanice. I
Hmm.
want my girls to know their family. That
That's
if
good,
if
Wanda.
if they don't want to even communicate with you, at least you did your best to try to get them to get to know them.
Right.
Never get discouraged about stuff like that because a lot of
Mhm.
times, sometimes this other sisters and brothers don't want to meet, but don't get discouraged about that. Chris said it bothers me most when a parent influence a child in the home not to take to the outside. Ooh, that now let that sit right there, folks. Now
Yeah. Yeah.
that
Yeah.
right there
Yes.
is
Yes.
sad when a parent do that.
Oh,
It
that.
is.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'm
Yeah.
let
Now I'm in the words of the old folk, Crystal. Now that just cooked my goat. That to me is the same thing as child abuse. You should not deter your children from being around their siblings, or tell them they can't be a part. We don't do children like that. And we shouldn't do children like that. We know that
no.
it happens, but no, that to me that's just another form of child abuse. We don't do that.
It, I would never influence my children to not take to the other side, the outside children. I would never influence that ever.
Hmm. Hmm.
That's so sad. And you're right, evangelist. That's another form of
Right.
abuse.
Yes. Hmm.
Why?
Right.
Why you want to do that?
Hmm.
But then that outside child or children, they mess around and get famous. Now you're trying to come into the picture now. What you coming into the picture for? You didn't want to claim me back then. Don't claim me now. And that takes me
Right.
back to the Tyler Perry movie, um, Meet the Browns. When
Hmm.
they find out, Angela Bassett, daddy was Brown him daddy too. So that was sister and brother. But when the son was playing basketball and he got famous, the daddy wanted his life. But when the son got famous, got that big contract, now he tried to show up.
Right.
But
Right.
then he stuck him on his point. Won't you ask my daddy? And the daddy couldn't explain nothing. He was never
Hmm.
there. So you can't explain nothing if you was never there.
Right. Absolutely.
But I,
Absolutely.
I wouldn't I wouldn't even put that on my child like that. You want to know? Yeah, you got sister, you got brother. Okay, there we go.
Hmm.
Why hide that truth? Why?
Right.
I never, I evangelist, I never understood that with people, even growing up. Why hide the truth about they got other sisters and brothers?
Right. Right.
And then y'all
Oh,
outside children or y'all children that you have outside siblings. Why? I'm asking y'all the question. Why are you mad at them?
mhm.
Get mad at your mom and daddy. Oh, you don't want to do that because that's your mom and daddy. But that's
Right.
where it started from. It didn't start from the outside,
Hmm.
it started from them, literally.
Hmm.
Hmm.
That's right.
I ease off that soapbox for a minute.
No, but that's good. That is good. That's the purpose of us being on here. Why you mad? We need to break the silence. And I know I keep saying that, but until we deal with truth and talk about these things, we will continue to do things the wrong way. And we need this. I like what Sister Moore says. She says, this is healing and therapeutic for us. My siblings that's on. We're grateful. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we appreciate you all.
Yes.
Because even we read in the comments that y'all are putting out here, and that helping us as well.
Mm-hmm.
I always say, this, if we say it all the time, we are a family, and we always say we love for when people share their comments or sometimes their personal life, because we don't know who's watching, we don't know who's going to watch it later on, and we don't know
Mm-hmm.
who it is helping. We don't know.
Right.
That's why we are grateful for that, and
Mm-hmm.
we're grateful for having you on today, Evangelist Tangela,
Oh
because
yeah.
you share some stuff even within your family. Not saying you going all the way down deep into that, into the real deep stuff of it, but you share some
Mm-hmm.
stuff on the surface, and they even scratch the surface, and even got them inside the surface. Because
Mm-hmm.
we can relate. Because I got outside siblings too, but I'm not mad at them.
No, not at
Like I
all.
said earlier, I was
Mm-hmm.
happy. I just want to meet them. And like I said, I
Mm-hmm.
just want to find out who the oldest, because I don't feel like I'm the oldest.
Mm-hmm.
I, I better
Yeah.
not be the oldest.
I may be the oldest, but now Stacey thinks she's the boss of everybody. I'm just gonna say that it's always some of them younger ones that think that they can control everybody. But yeah,
Stacey,
yeah,
talking about you.
mm-hmm. Yes,
That's right, Ron. Family is important.
important.
And I'm glad you said that, Ronna, because that's something we need to get back to.
Mm-hmm.
We really need to get back to that right there. Family is important. Now
Mm-hmm.
you find it out now. Outside is almost more important than family now.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She laughing at you, Daddy.
Yes, because I'm telling the truth. Yes. But we have to come together. And I commend the young lady who said that she's working on the family reunion. And if you don't have a lot of cooperation, instead of doing something big, start small, and have a dinner, meet up at a restaurant, reserve some rooms at a restaurant and go from there, so that you will not be stuck if you have to get a venue, if you have to get a decorator, cater, and all those things. Think of other ways, but don't drop the ball, or don't not have it because people don't want to cooperate. Love those who love on you, and pray for those who don't. That's
Right.
that's the simplest way I can tell you.
That's right. Crystal said, some would say that it's airing out family business. However, it's one of those tough or hard conversations that need to be had. That's true. And one thing about my mama, that she didn't mind talking about stuff like this. That's how I found out a lot of stuff about the family.
Mm-hmm.
Because my mom be like, she 91 now, but when we be riding sometime, she said, Pete, I remember right here, this is what your granddaddy would this and this and this and this, and this is what took place right here, and this is where you were born at, and this is where your brother and sister were born at. And see, it brought back a lot of memories and stuff. And
Mm-hmm.
that I may have forgotten, but it came back at that moment. Just like Mr. Henry and Lily Owens, they're not my biological grandparents at that time, but they treated me like I was their grandchild, and I treated them like they were my grandparents.
Right. Right.
And to the day, I still have a relationship with their kids.
Mm-hmm.
I see Mr. Isaac all the time. I see Cynthia Fair all the time. And when my mama had pneumonia, they went to the house. So we
Mm-hmm.
still like a family, even though they're not my blood family, but we still like a family.
Right. And that's
Rhonda's
good.
one,
Mm-hmm.
Rhonda's one of my daughter's friends. She calls me mom. Such a
Oh.
graceful and beautiful young lady. That's right. See, it's not about a lot of young people. Y'all on here listening. It's not about who is who and who is who. It's about that love, like Evangelist was talking in the very beginning. It's about love.
Mm-hmm.
Let them love you. Everybody's not trying to hurt you or harm you.
Right. Right.
If
Mm-hmm.
if somebody older is putting you in check, it's because they love you. They're not putting you in check because they don't love you. They put you in check because you love. I love you. Love
Mm-hmm.
check you. Love don't hurt you. When
Right.
you tell the truth and be honest to the family, healing begin to mending, and because love cover all family is important. That's right.
That's
It's
right.
Miss Ethel Hall.
Mhm. And to go back to what Crystal Haley was saying, that, when we're having open, honest conversations like this, there are some who's going to say, well, we're airing out the family business. Well, you should have told the truth. If you would have told the truth from the onset, we wouldn't be at this point now. damage has been done because truth hasn't been told,
That's right.
and we just we've got to tell the truth. And I keep saying that over and over, and I will continue to say it, we've got to break the silence. We've got
Got
to.
to.
Mm-hmm.
We holding all this stuff and holding all this stuff and holding all this stuff. And then when they die, now you want somebody in the family died. Well, that aunt, that was my aunt too. Well, why you didn't come tell me about this stuff?
Right.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm.
I know a young lady that she found out um, that she called mother really was her grandmother, and it just tore her apart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I have a big family. That is why this means so much to me. My grandmother, grandfather is no longer here. So it's about those that remain, the reconnection, stronger together. Yeah, pull back
Yes,
together. Pull this
absolutely.
family back together. Good gracious, y'all.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. I was sharing earlier how my grandmother will always tell us, Cousins, you're kin to all Cousins, because that was her maiden name, but did not tell us that we had a set of cousins over on Mockingbird Hill. And those of you who are in Anson County, Waysboro isn't but so big, but Harlem Heights, you had a set, and Mockingbird Hill, you had a set. So
Yeah.
10 here and 10 there. So I was a grown woman when they started having a family reunions. And I get there, and there's Pat Colson, Pat, and I were in school together. You and Pat
Yep.
played basketball together.
Play basketball together.
And so that's why it's important. And my mom would go back to my grandmother. Always say, no, whatever you do, y'all don't date Cousins, because all Cousins are kin. And she told us that without really exposing our grandfather, but at the same time, it was enough for us to feed off. These people now would just have you going on, see you getting in a relationship with somebody until somebody else gonna break the silence and say, hey, listen, your daddy did this or your mama did this. Don't you date him? And it shouldn't have to come from an outsider. It should come from the mother or the father.
That's right. And another thing that hurts a lot too. You ever notice that one in the family that always knew the truth and was trying to tell the truth? They try to
Right.
keep them exiled. They try to keep them blocked, and they would never invite him to the reunions because he or she was gonna tell the truth
Right.
and expose a lot of the family secrets that have been hidden for the years.
Mm-hmm.
But see, that's what we needed. But they
Exactly.
didn't want that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
And so, like we created this platform for discussions like this.
Mm-hmm.
We all got some stuff going on. They
That's
still,
just
who know who that is? We know who that is.
right. Exactly. Because we have them on our side. Yeah. That was one of the reasons why I would pick up those little pieces and take the leads and go find my siblings because they would say certain things.
You know what? I should have I should have got my pen and paper and jotted down some of my family names just message it to you. So you spell it for me.
Yes. I'm all about family unity.
Yes,
And the
and
enemy
it's
really doesn't like a united family, y'all. That's one
oh
thing
no.
you have to realize, that an enemy doesn't want the family united. But that's why we have to work so hard to unite and become one. Mhm.
Yes, yes. I'm about to get Stacey on here and let us tell about her 30-year journey
Yes,
from
yes,
from, from
yes.
Stacey Stewart to Dr. Stacey.
You got to say it correctly, Dr. Stacy D. Stewart.
Okay, Dr. Stacey D. Stewart. I'm sorry. Let me do it right.
Yes, yes.
Because I be watching, I'll be following, I'll be watching all the accomplishments you have done. It's
Mhm,
good that you know someone from your hometown that doing great things and stuff like that.
mhm. Yes, yes. And the beauty of all of that, Carl, is that we came from single mothers. What Stacy and I and Keith and some of the rest of them, single mothers. We love our father, but we came from single mothers. My sister Stacy has, well, I won't say name of her book, but she does a lot in her mother's name. I'll say it that way
Hmm.
because she understands the journey. and just so much. And as I alluded to earlier about my siblings, even inspire me. You know, Stacy inspired me. Now she is a workaholic, but she plays work well too. But when I tell you she was committed to children and education for 30 years, now I will take a 2-week missionary trip and go to Africa. I will take this and go there, still teaching or whatever. But Stacy was kind of no nonsense with the vacation time and everything. But it has paid off. Oh, you see it. She has it there. I'm Linda's daughter. It has paid off. And so yeah, I think that would be a great um, discussion to bring her on to talk about the different trends and things she's seen in education over the years.
Yeah, because I know her
Mhm.
eyes don't seen some stuff just
Oh,
by
yeah.
me seeing the pictures and stuff. I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah.
wow, she don't
Absolutely.
seen that. She don't been there. I'm like, okay,
Yeah,
wow.
absolutely. Absolutely.
But yeah, but I'm so glad you came on with us today and everything. You know, I ain't want to hold you up because I know you had a long day today. We don't want to hold you up too long so you can get a chance to relax and take
Yes.
it easy and just relax your mind. Cause what
Mhm.
y'all don't know, we were chatting before we got on, and she was telling me some of the stuff you're eating. It kind of made me, I was a little hungry then at that moment when she was talking about this chicken and dumpling. Like,
Yes, yes, yes. And we again thank you for the invitation and for everybody that's on the line who has heard me talk about my story and talk about my sister Stacy. Guess what? We're outside children. We ain't mad. We ain't mad at all.
mm,
I encourage you to embrace your siblings.
that's right. Only person that's mad is the devil because he didn't want you to meet.
Right, right, right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
Yvonne says, I have been blessed by this great woman of God. Yeah.
Amen. Amen. I speak
Thank
blessings over to everybody and pray that the healing you need, you will receive in Jesus' name. Amen.
you. Amen. I can agree with that. And we just thank everyone for coming in. Oh, everyone should know that I attend UNC Chapel because of Tangi. Okay.
Amen.
Wonderful. These are two doctors in the family. Sister.
Mhm. Amen. Amen.
That's right.
Mhm.
Amen.
Mhm.
And as we always say all the time, we appreciate everybody that comes on, all the love and support, all the comments. Sometimes they have questions. We appreciate all that because even when we sit here and we talk, we're reading the comments just like you all are. Sometimes we
Mhm.
may not read them out loud, but we're reading them as they come, and it makes us think too as well.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
y'all don't think that we just out here just airing out some family business. No, because sometimes airing out family business helps another family business
Right.
because like the healing, therapeutic, and all this kind of stuff, it helps. It really does help. And Evangelist, we appreciate you so much, and we just thank you so much. Let your husband know we said hello and everything. I see him every now and then. I don't get a chance to talk to him. I see him every now and then, and let him know that we love you and we love him too as well. We're always praying for each and every one of y'all, and thank you for coming on and sharing this with us about your family because somebody gonna listen to this later on and they're gonna be like, you know what? She's telling the truth about some stuff, and we thank her for exposing that and being transparent about stuff like that. And we just
Amen.
thank you so much. We just thank you so
You're
much.
welcome. You're welcome. Love
You
you
know,
all.
you know, I hit you up later on about that because I had sent you so much out before that I'd like you to be a part of. So
Okay.
I hit you up later on about that.
Yes, I'm excited. I'll be ready.
Yeah, because soon as I hit you up with it, you said God is doing something.
Right.
That's all it took for me. You ain't gotta say
Absolutely.
nothing else. That's
Absolutely.
all it took for me. You
Right.
know, and
Mhm.
like me and my son talk all the time, and we say, if we want a bunch of people on this platform,
It could be easy.
all we gotta do is be about drama, mess,
Right.
black power stuff, talk about if I really want a whole bunch of folks, let me get on here and talk about Trump.
Mm-hmm.
Let me push this black power stuff. they'll be all over the place.
Just be
But that
toxic.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying like just being toxic and stuff like that.
All right. That's good.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because drama and toxic and mess sells. So,
Right.
but we want to be different, and this is something you don't too much see. You don't too much see father and son doing stuff,
Right. Mm-hmm.
and that's one thing about it, 'cause he came up with this idea. He was already doing it,
Mm-hmm.
and when I came on with him the first time, I was sitting there, I'd be quiet because I was trying to get the feel of the stuff. And he said, "Dad, you need to get your own." I'm like, "Man, whatever." I'm so used to being and chilling, just sitting here listening. But he got it started, and it's been a year now, and it's going on 2 years, and we just appreciate everybody that's been coming on. It's even growing. The platform is growing. I was looking at some of the stuff since we sharing on YouTube now. Even YouTube challenge started to pick up because we just want to be different. We want to talk about different stuff. Even though we have an open mic where we talk about a lot of stuff in the world, but when we have on this platform on Sundays, we just want to be different, talk about some real life stuff because it's real life.
Mm-hmm.
And what's gonna be funny, like he always said, when I get my daughters on here,
Man,
Wow. Wow.
then I'm gonna let y'all see who the real boss is. My oldest daughter, that's the boss.
All right. All
And
right.
she be
All
trying
right.
to
I
tell
love
me. And sometimes she be on, and I said that one time, she said, "That's right, Daddy, I am the boss."
it. Mhm.
I like, okay, all right. Evangelist Tangela,
Alcohol, I sure will. I sure
hello.
will.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm. We
So
love
we're,
you
we're
all.
not, yeah, we
love you
love y'all.
too.
Tangela, Evangelist Tangela, we love y'all. Everybody that came today, y'all give her a warm welcome. Oh, you need to show some pictures. Remember that, right?
Oh well, you alluded to, but I can. I will share some for those who are still on. I wanted you all to see um, some of the pictures from the family reunion, and this is the reunion that my sister Stacy she spearheaded this. But in this picture is that's my father in the white, and my husband is beside me. Then there's my sister Tori who lives in Georgia, and my brother Keith and his wife Sharon, and all of us are outside. Now, this is three of the girls. That's Stacy, myself, and Michelle. Michelle and I are the one I told you earlier that she and I graduated from high school together.
Mm-hmm.
And this is Keith with our dad and our brother Corey. I think those were the only boys who were there at that
That's your
particular.
dad.
Yes,
Me and your dad was at the Holler Center talking one time.
yes, that's him. That is him.
Oh man,
That's
small world.
yes, that's Papa. That is Papa. And so that's my sister Stacy and I. Oh yeah, I'm glad I kept clicking because this one goes on. By this time, my sister Peaches had joined us. So you have Stacy, you have Keith, you have Peaches, you have Corey, Tori, my dad, myself, and Michelle. And that's not
Mhm.
even all of us, y'all.
Ooh,
Yes, I love my siblings.
ooh. I can't put
Love
all
my
my
siblings.
pictures up here. I got to get them pictures
Yes,
together. It might run off the screen.
yes. But I thank God for my siblings. I'm telling you all, as I said earlier, your siblings will love you when no one else will. They will love you through some of the ugliest times in your life, and you're doing it for them as well. And I encourage you to build relationships with your siblings. Mhm.
Amen. I agree with that 100%. Life will be better.
Yes,
The one thing
absolutely.
about it, y'all, I'm just joking, but the one thing about it is that you got a bunch of siblings, ain't too many people gonna mess with you
Right. There you
because they don't
go.
know where they're gonna come from.
Right.
Right. There you go. That's exactly right. Mhm.
Oh man. So Evangelist, we're gonna let you ride on out into the sunset. Tell
All
Donnell we said
right.
hello and everything, and we'll be getting back. You're welcome anytime. Even if you
Yes,
see
sir.
you just laying around, not y'all ain't not doing nothing, and you see a song you just want to jump on, fine. Just let me know.
All
We're
right.
not like that. We'll bring you on because somebody got something to say, and everybody got something to say too,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
it can be important. Just a little thing. And before you
Right.
go, and I'm gonna share this with you. with you.
Mhm.
Just like in Sunday school this morning, and we was getting ready to go into worship service. One thing, this young lady came out, young lady came out. I think she about 13, 14. I think she about that old. She said, she came to me, she said, "Can I read the scripture today?" Sure, baby, go ahead.
Mhm.
Read that scripture, baby. See, a lot of churches would try to hold the children down. No,
Right.
let them children do something. If that child want to read a scripture or even pray, let that
Mhm.
child do that, because you know what? You don't know what that child gonna say.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's why you must be careful who you talk to, as you never know if they are related to who you are talking about. That's right.
Right.
You don't know who you related to. You must might get your
Mhm.
head, but because just because we siblings, they might not be as settled as me.
Right. That's right.
Maybe one day she can come give us a word on here.
Oh
That's
wow.
what Ethel, that's what Ethel said. You know what, Ethel? And I love Ethel. You know, I treat that's family. And you know what? She can. That's no
Mhm.
problem. That's
Amen.
no problem.
Mhm.
We ain't gonna let the cat out the bag about some stuff, but that's no problem right there.
Mhm. Mhm.
So,
No,
Evangelist, we're not gonna hold. Oh, go ahead.
no, I'm just saying I'm excited about what all the Lord is doing for you, Brother Carl, and for how He's has given you this voice and these platforms to create a safe place. Someone was saying something earlier about a lot of numbers. Sometimes when you're talking about intimate things, you don't need a lot of people. You just
Mhm.
need people who are going to be impacted by the change. And so we thank God for that. Mm-hmm.
Yes, we do, and I appreciate those words, because it encouraged me to keep going further
Mm-hmm.
and further along with this. Because sometimes I be at home, and Brandon hit me up. That is what I'm talking about Sunday. Because the flyers that you see, he got me. He just showed me the basic stuff, and I just took it from there to design them. And I'm still getting good at it, still getting a little bit better at it. I'm coming on with this stuff. He know how to do that stuff. He just said, "I'm just gonna show you the basics. You
Mm-hmm.
get to work on it." That that's he my boss
That's
on
good.
this stuff right here. I'm still waiting on that check though, so keep me in prayer.
All right. All right. Well, good evening, guys. I love you all. Take care.
We love you
Love
too.
you
Okay,
too.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, it's been a good day, and it's been a good topic today. It's something that is really need to be said, and like we said, we're not bashing anyone about nothing, but we really need to talk about certain stuff. We really do. We really do. And everything. And we thank God for each and every one of y'all that tuned in with us today, and sit out and just hung out with us, and with your comments, and with maybe your questions, and just the hello and all this. We appreciate each and every one of y'all. We thank you for your support and everything. But before we get out of here and everything, boss, you got anything?
Mm.
It's hot, boss. I'm tired.
Man, I'm tired. I'm ready to take a nap. Y'all already know I got the dance videos coming and stuff like that. Still working on the script for these films I'm working on. I've been trying to get some things lined up when it comes to that. Try to get some people involved in it. Gonna be touching on some serious topics. Y'all know how I get creative. But the photos coming. It's a lot of content that's coming. I got that heat coming for y'all. And as far as like the merch, I'm still trying to figure that out. Like I said, I'm trying to work on the best quality for y'all. Make sure it's comfortable.
Thank you.
On y'all just as much as it's comfortable on me. But yeah, just be smooth with it. But as far as like what she say, oh Lord. But as far as like this Sunday, we may or may not do an episode.
Yeah, because I got some stuff going
You
on.
got
I
some
got
stuff
stuff
going
with
on.
my pastor at the church. So
And I might just be resting. So
yeah.
But we'll let y'all know if we end up changing that or not. But we'll keep y'all updated. But
Nothing.
we appreciate and love everybody, though.
Yeah, we appreciate all y'all and everything. But before we get off, we're gonna leave on this note right here, you know, because I'm gonna get ready to start doing some closing remarks again and stuff. But I'm gonna let one of our friends that was locked up, Travis Clark. I'm gonna play one of his songs, y'all. Y'all go to Spotify, y'all run that up, y'all do all this stuff, and we do too, Yvonne. We do too. And y'all run stuff up, hit him up, like his page, hit him up on Spotify, hit him up on YouTube. If I ain't mistaken, he might be on YouTube, Instagram. Y'all go hit him up. Travis Clark. Y'all seen him on here before. He was talking about he was locked up in the feds for 16 years, but he got out early. And anybody that know anything about prison time, when you do fed time, you do all that. But God had a plan for this man. Yep. This young man is doing some stuff. And I'm gonna put up the fair use.
Travis, we got collab.
Yeah, because I like the song. You know, we don't own the rights to the song and stuff like that. But Travis doing this thing, so we're gonna let it ride out with this right here. Because Travis, man, we love you, bro. We love you. I'm a blast as much as I can out here for you, man.
He'll let you play it.
Yeah. So y'all give me a second while he's talking, so he can I get this thing going.
Hold up, what she said? She said, "Remember me, the hat lady."
Yeah, because I'll be on there with when she come on, we talking about the hat lady and everything. I'll be on there.
But yeah, you know, like you said, we appreciate everybody that come through. You know, y'all show out every time. The Smooth family, y'all come through, and you know, from the real talk conversation, y'all come through. And
that's him. That's him right there.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, we doing open mic tomorrow, so we'll be back on that tomorrow.
So
that's his channel. That's his channel right there. T Clark Radio. That's him right there.
But y'all be sure to tune in for the open mic night. You know, you don't want to miss that. You know, we get a little crazy on there sometimes. We joke around, but yeah, you know, it's always fun. It's always positive energy. And we love y'all. We can't thank y'all enough.
Yeah.
For real.
Yeah.
Like, it means a lot, and we just slowly growing, and y'all on this journey with us.
That's right.
We very much appreciate it. But hey, you know how I do.
Yeah.
I can't say what I say on mine. You know? This is I can't say mine. You know my little
the trees. That's all right. That's all right. The trees. We have plenty more. Don't worry about it. So we're gonna see what this play. This is our friend Travis, and we appreciate him so much for coming on because he's gonna come back. I know he's busy doing a lot of stuff, but he's busy, y'all. But we're gonna have him back. So we're gonna play this on the way out.
And still,
you don't want to play, man. I'm letting him talk while I try to get this thing rolling, y'all. Because I really want to play this for him. I really do.
Now I'm gonna have to spit some bars. No, I'm just playing.
Now go ahead and spit some bars in.
No.
Show them what you got.
I ain't messing with y'all. But no, like real talk though. This has been an amazing journey to see this growth. And, you know, it may be small and it's slowly growing into something big. And you know, for anybody that got a story to share or whatever the case may be, if you want to get on here and talk, you know, as long as it's something positive, nothing crazy, you know, you more than welcome to come up here. You know, we're not that type of person, you know, just not let you come up here. She said, let's hear it. And I ain't messing with y'all, bro. I got to write something down and do that. But I'll be quick to start dancing. But as far as like spitting something, I'm going to let Travis have that one. We love you too. We love all y'all. We appreciate y'all coming through for real.
Yeah, we thank all of y'all for coming on. You know, I'm trying to get to that song, y'all. I'm trying to get it. It's trying to act funny.
Yeah, if not, you just gonna have to just show it. Travis, you know we tried, bro.
I'm trying, bro.
We trying. We trying to get it, you know, out. Trying to get it out there, bro. If we can't play it, you know, it just be like that. Hopefully, we'll be able to get it next time or whatever the case may be.
Here we go. Let's see.
got a story to tell, my life ain't always been a dream. Gotta right my wrongs, cause that's what's best for me. I've been tied up, looked around and set up. Got me thinking how I let this happen to me. I didn't even see it coming. They did all of this and got nothing. I'm thinking to myself, laying in this bed, wrapped in bandages, staples in my head. I'm so grateful that I walked away with my life. I thank God for another chance to get it right. Mama, you ain't gotta feel alone no more, cause I'm free, yeah. Sitting down the road, I've been coasting, stuck with all this time like I'm frozen. Had me locked up in the system. Finally made it home, now I'm leaving. Sent me down the road, I've been coasting, stuck with all this time like I'm frozen. Had me locked up in the system. Finally made it home, now I'm leaving. The streets I used to run, I don't run no more. Things I thought was fun, they ain't fun no more. Cleaning up the bars where the hustlers play. Gave my life to God, now it's better days. No more looking over my shoulders, and you ain't gotta let the street control ya. I'm a living testimony, you can get it right. Don't wait till it's too late, cause you can lose your life. Send me down the road, I've been coasting, stuck with all this time like I'm frozen. Got me frozen. Had me locked up in the system. Had me locked up. I made it home, now I'm leaving. Send me down the road, I've been coasting, stuck with all this time like I'm frozen. Had me locked up in the system. Finally made it home, now I'm leaving.
Hey, Trout, welcome home, Brody. We made it to the other side, man. Now it's time to walk in your purpose, nah, man. Yeah, love. Worship different when delivered from the trenches. Freedom from the prison, end of sentence, intercession. Holy angels sang as the bullets from barrels rang. Felt the weight of my sin weighing in when that gavel bang, dang. Gave me life when I found death. At my worst, he gave his best. Don't deserve, still nonetheless. Took my burdens, gave me rest. On this world, we got respect. Walking purpose, that's what's next. And that serpent stomp his neck. Welcome home, soldier, respect.
It's Travis Clark, your hometown, Anson County. Travis Clark, go hit him up on Spotify.
Y'all check him out.
Go check him out. Man, that young man got an incredible story, y'all. Got an incredible story, for real, for real. And like I said, we're gonna get him back on to finish talking about his journey, because he has a journey. I just put it that way. He has a journey. Like, once again, like I said, y'all, we appreciate each and every one of you all for joining us today. If you have outside siblings, let me ask you this question: why are you mad at them? You want to be mad at anybody, go talk to your mom and daddy that did that. It ain't their problem that they did it. It's not their fault that they did it. It's the mama or the daddy problem. It's their fault. And it's their fault that they didn't bring you together with them to talk to them and even meet them. It's their fault. But y'all don't want to hold your own parents accountable because that's your parent. And I get it, and I understand that. That's not being disrespectful. That's just asking questions. Why can't meet my siblings? Why can't have nothing to do with them? They part of me, so why can't have nothing to do with them? That's wrong if you're a parent and you do that. That's wrong. That's not Christ-like. Especially some of y'all Christian folk, boy, I tell y'all some of the worst ones.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave that alone for right now. But some of y'all, how in the world, because I'm gonna say something else.
I had to get that straight.
How in the world that the world can accept more than what church folks accept? Sometimes y'all are the hardest people to work with. And I know a lot of people don't like to hear that because you think I'm talking about the church and I'm bashing the church. Not bashing the church. I have said it to my own church.
We appreciate you, Nina.
Sometimes church folk are the hardest folks to work with. I'm gonna leave that alone for right now. Outside siblings, why are you mad at them? Don't be mad at them. Go talk to your parents. Stop being mad at the outside siblings because they didn't have that choice of coming here. That was your father that had the choice of that, or in some cases the mother. But when you go look at the statistics, it's more men that have outside children and an outside family than it does the mother. You can say what you want to. You can't even find no statistic that can outweigh that man at all. If you can, please show it to me because I'd love to see it. But a lot of times you don't find out about death until that you got other sisters and brothers until the death hits. And that most of the time, that's the father that has done that.
Yep.
Now, I know men don't like to hear that, but don't care what you say.
Diana, make sure you get back home safe. Anybody that's out right now, be safe. Be aware of everything that's going on. We love y'all. Stay focused. Stay positive. Smile. I ain't gonna say why I don't really say.
Be smooth with it. I say it for
you. Say it.
You say and be smooth with it.
Yeah.
Y'all, we getting ready to get up out of here. Appreciate y'all once again. Enjoy the rest of the evening. We'll holler at you tomorrow night. If you come on tomorrow night, we'll be on open mic night tomorrow. But next Sunday we'll be out because I doing some stuff with my pastor down there. It's the anniversary, and that's where I'm gonna be at.
I'm going to bed.
And on that note, right there, we'll holler at y'all. We love y'all. Thank y'all. Thank you for the support. Thank you for the cash apps. Thank you for you see, I got the Venmo up. Thank you for everything. Thank you for the stars. We just appreciate each and every one. I can't say it enough. As they say, if I had 10,000 tongues, I still couldn't thank you enough. So if I had 20,000, I still couldn't thank you enough. But we thank you all. If you'd like to come on, any topic that you would like to talk about, hit us up, let us know. And y'all know what? We out.